What is going on, guys? Austin here from GraphIt. We got a great video for you today on 10 things you must do to build muscle. So to build muscle, it is important that your workout contains a variety of these 10 things. Now, you don't need all 10, but it's important that you have at least 5 of these in your training routine. The first one is heavy barbell lifts. So having your squat, your bench, your deadlift, your rows, your overhead press, having the compound barbell lifts. These are an absolute imperative, and they're gonna target multiple muscles, which is ultimately gonna help you build more size, more dense like muscle. And you're gonna also have a lot of strength gains with the major movements like this. Second one is having a good variety of mobility training. So with mobility, in some of my other videos I talk about, it's gonna enhance your body's range of motion. It's also gonna help speed up recovery. And again, it's gonna allow you to be at less risk of injury because you have more range of motion in a joint. You're keeping a joint more active. And really at the end of the day, what it's doing, it's allowing you to be able to put out more strength in your compound movements like I just mentioned in those movements previously. So you're gonna have more range of motion, which is gonna allow you to have greater output of strength. Third one is explosive-like movements, doing things like slam balls, box jumps, sprints. Even if you have good form, you can do Olympic-style lifting, although it's not required, but things like this nature are gonna allow you to really train your central nervous system, and it's also gonna train your body in a way where you're gonna be more explosive on other exercises like in your squat, your deadlift, your bench press, whatever it be. You're gonna have more explosive base. Fourth one is conditioning based movements. So doing things like battle rope slams, jump rope, sled pushes, things that are really gonna elevate your heart rate and get you in that high intensity interval training range. It's great to do conditioning to keep body fat low overall throughout, just in general, keep your body fat low and also keep your heart in a healthy state. So having good cardiovascular health, it's also gonna help speed up recovery. Now the thing is, you don't wanna do conditioning if you have 2 heavy days back to back. You wanna try to space it after the heavy days or not in between those heavy days. The fifth one is having unilateral based movements. So having a movement like a Bulgarian split squat or a single leg press, things in this nature are gonna train your body a little bit different. It's more of an athleticism thing. So it's also gonna, putting yourself in that unnatural environment, it's gonna train your core differently. You're gonna get a little bit stronger in your core. And you're also just gonna have overall better stability. And it's gonna carry over to just athleticism or just also functional movement. So this is a great exercise to do. Bulgarian split squats, they're a great exercise also for building strength in the legs overall. The sixth one is working off your 1 rep max. So I always talk about working off progressions of your 1 rep max. So ideally, if you wanna train for building muscle, anywhere from like 60 to around 70% of your 1 rep max is a good range. Anywhere from building strength is 70 and upward, all the way up to even 95% of your 1 rep max is ideal for building maximal strength and power. The seventh one is utilizing the principle time under tension. So doing TUT, time under tension, really playing around with different tempos. So for an example, what that would be is like doing a dip, descending down, we'll say 3 seconds, holding at the bottom, and then going back up explosively in like 1 second. So focusing on eccentric motions and really try to focus on negative, so slow negative. That's really where the growth occurs, is in the eccentric movement. So for an example, again, doing like a bench press and coming down slowly, that's where the growth occurs, not the press itself. Eighth one is training with more frequency. So hitting chest, for an example, 2 times to 4 times a week rather than 1 time a week. Now I'm not saying this is the only way, but keep in mind, the more frequent you train a muscle, it's gonna stimulate protein synthesis more. And as you're more of an advanced lifter or an intermediate lifter, you need to train a muscle more frequently just as time goes on. So training anywhere from like 2 to 4 times a week, you're gonna have more strength gains. You're also gonna be able to stimulate a muscle to grow more quickly. Ninth one is doing more pulling based motions than pushing. So ideally doing more rows, doing more face pulls, doing things that are gonna incorporate more pulling rather than pushing. Because naturally, if you push too much, naturally, what's gonna happen is your shoulders start to round forward. By doing more pulling based motions, it's gonna pull the shoulders backwards, it's gonna retract the shoulders backwards. So this is really ideally for shoulder health. It's for shoulder health and putting our shoulders in a state where they're not in this vulnerable position and this bad position where they're rounded forward. So doing more pulling based stuff, like I said, like face pulls, rows, doing more in that nature rather than doing pressing. So for every pressing based motion you do a pulling based motion times 2. So 2-to-1 ratio. The last one is keeping the rest periods short. So no more than 2 minutes, no less than 45 seconds. In that range, you're gonna see a good response of muscle growth. Don't take all this stuff like it's the only way. I'm not trying to press upon you guys that this is the only way to train, because it isn't. I'm just saying that this is what works for me. It's what works for my clients I've served, everyone else I've helped in the Graphic Academy. So you can take some things with a grain of salt. Don't take this personal. Don't take this like this is the only way to train. Just keep that in mind. But I hope that you guys found this video helpful. Also, if you want a workout plan for you, if you want to train a way like I do or like everyone I've helped, and you found all this stuff really insightful, then you can try the Graphic Academy today and see what workout plan works best for you. And that, we put that below. You can try it out in the link in the description below. Check it out. All those workouts are updated every single week. You're going to get a new workout to your inbox. And these workouts are designed to help you build lean muscle and strength in the most effective fashion. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you soon.